Alright, so we got it all scraped out. All the meat's out. As you can see, nice and clean through here. So next step is we got to take the eyes out. So what I do, I take my little cheeker tool and I'm going to go in through here and I'm going to work my way around. You know when the juice starts coming out of it, you know you got in there pretty good. You just work your way around. Sometimes it's helpful to take a scissors and just kind of, while you're holding it like I am, just kind of trim that skin. Around as you're doing it. Now I've already measured the eyes. One thing you probably want to do before you do this is measure your eyes for your new one. Now with smaller fish, it's easy to pull these out, but with walleyes, you tend to have to go in here and cut them out. And all you're doing is cutting the nerves and the tendons out. So there you go, you got your eye. My dog ate one of these the other day. Gross. So now I'll take my cheeker tool and right here, I don't know if you can see that, you're going to want to work your way into that cheek. There you go. You'll know it'll let free, and then you just kind of work your way around. You can use the bigger one, and this one I can probably not. And then you just kind of, you can kind of see I'm right underneath that skin there, and you're going to go right back to there. So when you're looking at it, you can see where my tool is, and all I'm doing is just real lightly wiggling it back and forth and scraping as I go. And we're going to get all that freed up. It's a pretty fish. It's got some pretty nice markings. Another thing that you might want to do before you skin them is take pictures. And the reason why I say that is a lot of these markings you might not see after you get it out of the tan, and if you do see them, you might not see them after it dries. So it's always a good thing to get your pictures in. And what you want to do after you get it freed up from the skin area is you want to come down to like where it meets the skull and try to turn your knife to get underneath it. She's got some big cheeks. I got a different tool for this. Where is it? It's right here. So what I use is I'll use this end now that I get it freed up, and I'll just, all I'm doing is working it through, pulling it out. Now they make different tools for doing this, and I use a lot of different ones. Another one I found helps me a lot is a little if you can see that. It's a sharp little spoon, and it helps to get some of that out of there. Just gotta be careful not to get too aggressive, because you could really cut through that cheek. This is the non-show side, so still don't want to do it, but if you do, you do.
Ready.
And obviously what you do here, you want to do the same thing on the show side. I'm doing the non-show side right now, but you can see that meat's starting to work its way out. What I've heard, walleye cheek meat is like eating scallops. I've never had it, so couldn't tell you. I'd be able to get this one out in one piece. That'd be kind of cool. It don't happen very often. A lot of times you gotta take them out in little chunks. Just work your way around, take your time. That'd be the first one I've ever had come off as one piece. That'd be cool. Other thing that I've done too when doing this is I've actually poked through the inside of the mouth. That's a weird repair when you gotta fix that. Again, you know, everything can be fixed. Whatever damage you do can all be fixed with some sculpting stuff. Yeah, I don't think this one's gonna come all in one piece. It'd be cool if it did, but not likely. I'll just switch up my tools. Basically just scraping it out of there. A lot of meat. That you definitely do not want to leave in there, because that will shrink and it will also attract a lot of bugs. And it also will create grease that will come bleed through your paint. Those are coming out of there pretty nice. Sometimes you gotta help it a little bit. Trick is to get as much out as possible. You did a good job when you can run your finger through there and feel just bone. I mean, you'll still leave a little bit, and some of that, I mean, it's hard to get it all out, but you can try. stubborn bugger. There we go. A little left in there, but we'll get her all out right now. Cleaner you get it, the less shrinkage you'll have later. Careful, Johnny boy, we don't want to cut that. And if you nick through the cheek skin, it's okay. It can be repaired. It's just harder to recreate markings afterwards, but I mean, that's not even that big of a deal either. Alright, that's pretty well clean. Just a little bit in there. Only up in there. Alright, so now you can see I kind of nicked through here. That's fine. Just a little cut. I can fix that. That's also a good place for the, because you're going to fill it with fish fill after, because you got to recreate, like I said before, everything you take out you have to rebuild, replace. My wife just came down and said dinner is almost ready, so I'm trying to, I guess I'm kind of rushing this now because I want to go up and eat. But best thing to do is to not rush. I'm kind of being contradictory here. Smaller fish, these things just pop right out. It's pretty nice. Bigger fish, they don't. That's where having scissors comes in handy. Oh, don't worry if you cut through the eye. All it is a bunch of juice. And what I do is I get a hold of that, and then there we go. Another one out. Now, since this is the show side, same procedure, we're just going to be a little bit more delicate. Just work our way around. One thing I found, if these fish are extremely freezer burnt, the cheeks are kind of difficult to get out. They don't come out very nice. It's because a lot of that meat gets really hard. This one I'm going to do some scraping on just to try to get most of that meat out instead of fighting with it like I did the other one. I was trying to get that other one out in one piece. That would have been a first for me. But sometimes you just got to do it this way. seems like I'm wrenching on it. I'm not really putting a whole lot of pressure because I don't want to break through anything or cut through anything. Just scrape it. One thing I've learned too from doing this is when you do go to refill these, the cheeks, I've seen people, I've done it myself, I've seen a lot of people overfill the cheeks and make them look real like they're squirreled, chipmunking it. That's not natural either, so you don't want to do that. So that's where pictures come in handy. See, what I do is, a lot of times when I put the fish fill in, I'll go back through after it's in there and I'll kind of press down on the cheeks to make them flatter, because that gives it more of a natural look. Not super flat, but nice and smooth. Nice transition. Otherwise you end up with a step and it looks weird. That'll do it. Both cheeks are out. So now it goes into the tan. So, what I use for a fish tan is 50% denatured alcohol, or it's 1 gallon of denatured alcohol to 1 gallon of water. It works good for me. You can usually do quite a few fish with it. It does stink a little bit. Disposal is a little bit of an issue, but it's the best stuff I've used. I've been using it for a while now. So a lot of times when I was looking at it, when I was starting to learn this, I was trying to figure out what they use for fish tans. There's certain, like Matuska has a brand that they use. You can also get some from Tasco or Mackenzie, but I found that denatured alcohol and water is the cheapest and it works pretty well. So otherwise you can use like borax with salt and water too. That works good too. So whatever, pick your poison, I guess. So there you have it. That's how we skin a walleye.